Amisha Vora also join in just a couple of next minutes, and we'll have Nigel join me in the studios as well. Amisha, let's get this conversation going. If you can hear me, it's a nicer way to get into the festive week, right? At least people are not feeling as gloomy as where we were in October. But your thoughts, is this a flash in the pan, 5% rally on the index this week, or does this look durable?
I think that definitely this is a bounce back rally, but a strong one, as the breadth is really very good, and also expected to be a little strong one because a lot of factors had come together at a point in time. Apart from, as what all of us we know, the rupee and the oil, the credit crisis locally added to the pain, and now as all the three things are unfreezing, like credit markets are also unfreezing a bit gradually, and on the top of it oil is correcting, so I think it's giving a good bounce to the market. On the top of it, I would still say that the two overarching factors still continue. One, of course, is domestically the elections, and globally the rising US bond yields and the trend or any probability of a correction in US markets over the next 6 months. These two remain a slight worry, keeping markets volatile going forward or keeping a tab on its higher levels. But yes, right now the rally, I think, is strong and it's very well spread.
Okay.
You mentioned pharma and you mentioned auto stocks as well. What about IT stocks? They were doing so well in 2018. The rupee did some weakness as well, and we had a big rally on the IT stocks. Today, big underperformers. The rupee seems to have topped out at around 74. What do you do with some of those large cap IT stocks or mid cap IT stocks that have already given such big returns?
So basically, I think the trend has been that almost 80% of mutual funds' money go into large cap, mid cap, and which is into some top 250 companies. And whenever such huge uncertainty were looming large on the markets, be it domestic interest rates, and be it the way the rupee was, most of the mutual funds had taken a good shelter within IT, and of course rupee was giving a very good tailwind. Having already had such a huge positions, and then the scene is turning, I don't think it is going to give a great return from here on, because if you see FY20, I think TCS and stocks, TCS is close to 21 times. So in terms of valuation, good amount is already built in. Growth is good, but I think it will just continue to be good. It's not going to substantially improve. So it was more a portfolio balancing thing, and I don't think from here on one can look at good gains.
All right, so that's a valid point. TCS has always enjoyed premium multiples in comparison to Infosys. That one was
Avenue Supermarts for you. It's once again approaching the 1500 level.
I agree. The way it has given the bounce is amazing. And there are many factors, one of them being that it generates huge free cash, and which is what helps expanding their footwork and their network. And so I think the growth story continues. At what valuation and when continuously remains a question mark. We are a little cautious at these valuations, but I do totally agree that in terms of quality of business, it's an excellent quality business. Valuations are definitely high at this juncture.
Okay. Final thoughts with you as well. Lots of earnings have come through. Anything that stood out for you, or anywhere where you have conviction? Leave us with a stock idea.
I think in terms of positive stock ideas, I like ICICI Bank a lot. I think that story is turning around substantially for the bank, with the new vigor in terms of stable management, plus the liability side, and plus the whole environment and NCLT sorting out. So I'm very bullish on ICICI Bank. Some of the other stocks that I like is Nestle, one amongst them. Heidelberg is there. So across, there are certain stocks which I like. But I would like to point out one more thing over here. that, we've been hearing continuously that there is a huge stockpile up across distributors for a lot of Maruti products. Stock has done very well, no doubt it was one of the beaten down stock, but I would still say that some amount of caution needs to be exercised going forward, and one needs to see how the numbers pan out over next 2 months.
Okay, all right, Amisha, thank you very much. Ashwini.